Hey everyone, Brad Anderson here, the other half of Team Anderson. Just wanted to do a brief intro of myself so you know who I am when we do talk, meet, anything like that. Um, I guess going back, I was born and raised in Michigan, where I had an excavating business for years, grew up running heavy equipment. Um, Moved to South Florida, which is where I met Erin, my wife, the other half of the team. And down there, I worked for the state of Florida for 12 and a half years. Started out running heavy equipment, and then I was over field operations for flood control for a state agency. Um, Met Erin, and then she at the time was in funeral. And I just loved how she did what she did, how she helped people. So I slowly got integrated into that. We were working funeral in Florida together for a while, which led to final expense insurance sales, which is something we do now because it is critical and something that is needed. Um, and then we moved up here to Connecticut, where she stayed in funeral for a while. I went to work for the Archdiocese of Hartford in the Catholic Cemetery Association, helping people with their final arrangements at the cemetery where they were going to be laid to rest. I was selling them their forever home, if you will. I know it sounds kind of morbid, but when you're in the business so long, it just becomes kind of natural and kind of have to make light of it, which is ultimately kind of what and how I ended up doing what I do now. Because as I was sitting in the cemetery, I would have families come in to purchase a final resting place for their loved ones. And so many times it got to be that I noticed that they were somewhat distraught because their loved one had been sick for a while prior to, or in a nursing home, or maybe not a nursing home because they couldn't afford it, and they passed on. And it was a lot for them to be able to afford even a decent final resting place. Which, after hearing that enough times, made me ultimately want to rewind the clock in what I do instead of having people at the end of their life kind of rewind it back to when it might help, um, like when they're in their 50s, 60s, maybe 70s. And that's what led me to Banker's Life, doing what I do now, because I have now become a comprehensive Medicare medical planner, making sure that people understand the things that Medicare does and doesn't cover, um, is most important. I experienced it even with my own mother, and that kind of hurt, and I took that personal. So, kind of made it my mission now to educate myself and learn more, which is why Aaron and I do what we do to educate you, because people don't know what they don't know. So, if you have questions about Medicare, Medicaid, what it does or doesn't cover, anything like that, or primarily extended care, because that's one of the big gaps that most people don't even realize how that works, give her a call, give me a call. Again, my name is Brad Anderson. My phone number is 239 689 9564. Thanks. Take care.